Hi everyone, I'm Chris Garrick, and today I'm going to walk you through the Advanced Wildfire Risk Explorer, developed for the Northeast Midwest State Foresters Alliance. The Advanced Risk Explorer is a great way for professionals or advanced users to create projects and generate valuable reports and data exports to help in developing CWPPs and educate others in mitigating wildfire risk. With the advanced tools, we can take full advantage of everything the Wildfire Risk Explorer has to offer. To access the Wildfire Risk Explorer, navigate to northeastmidwestwildfirerisk.com in your browser and either click the Launch Risk Explorer link in the header or scroll to the Tools section of the website and click the Try It button. Let's do that now and get into the Explorer. The basic viewer is best suited for homeowners, landowners, or general interest. Advanced viewer is best suited for emergency managers, natural resource professionals, or wildfire response individuals. You can learn more about the basic or the advanced viewer by clicking this link. The advanced viewer is focused on providing more features to the users for more advanced users. Through the advanced viewer, you can create or manage your areas of interest. You can upload shapefiles representing your areas of interest or projects. You can create an area of interest from an existing reference feature. You can generate a risk summary report or download and export GIS data for your area of interest. We'll go through all these advanced features in more detail. First, in order to create an to access the advanced viewer, you need to create an account. To create an account, I click on the Create an Account link, and it'll take me to a screen where I can enter some basic information. You'll enter your email address and a password. It'll ask you to confirm your password with the following password requirements. Please read these requirements to provide a secure password to the site. Scrolling down, I need to access or enter my geographic area of interest. This is important because it will associate you as a user to this geographic area of interest. Then it will prompt me for my reason for access. In this section, please provide details as to why you need access to the secured applications. This information you provide will be provided to the organizational administrator who will approve your access to the advanced viewer. I can then enter my contact information, the name of my company or organization, the type, my first name, last name, address, and a phone number. All this information can be entered, and when you click the Create an Account button, it will create an account and send a message to the organization administrator for your geographic area of interest. You will get an email sent to your inbox based on the email address you enter in this Create an Account page that will provide you a link to the account. It will also send an email to the organization administrator who will review your account and grant you access to the advanced viewer. Once you've received access to the advanced viewer, you can simply click the Sign In button. The Sign In button will prompt you for your email address and a password. You'll notice here that I am zoomed to my geographic area of interest. When I created my account, I associated myself with New Jersey as my geographic area of interest. If you associate yourself with another state or geographic area of interest, it'll zoom you to that extent. You'll also notice New Jersey is branded as my advanced viewer. Upon going to the advanced viewer, you'll notice the Assess Your Location tool. This Assess Your Location tool is also available in the basic viewer, but it provides general information about your risk to wildfire and the potential consequences of wildfire to a home at a given location, or the likelihood a location may be impacted by wildfire. So as I move this buffer, you'll notice that the label here changes based on the average number of pixels within this buffer. I can toggle between risk and burn probability, and those two layers will appear based on the layer I click, and the label will change accordingly. By hovering over the eye icon, I can get more information about how this Assess Your Location is derived. I can also click the Download Report button. This report is really designed for homeowners. I can enter a report name and click the Download button, and this report will generate and download to your PC. Once ready, I can double click on the PDF and view this assessment report for your location. Within this report, you'll notice an introduction, the location that you entered or navigated to, and also a section on how to read your assessment. They'll provide information about the data layers, it'll also provide information about the precautions and preparations that are recommended for your home, such as creating defensible space zones and other mitigation advice. The other main feature is the Map Themes tab. The Map Themes tab contains a list of layers, wildfire risk assessment layers, base maps, and reference layers. You'll notice that several sections in gray are collapsed by default, but when clicking on these, it opens up to contain several different other layers. These layers are grouped into categories such as wildfire hazard, challenges to fire operations, flame front characteristics, and wildfire risk. By clicking on each of these layers, I can toggle that layer on. I can also view information, short descriptions of that layer, how it was created, and what it means. By clicking the black dot or the title, I can turn that layer off, and underneath of it, I can see the base map. I can toggle between a few different base maps: aerial imagery, streets, and topographic. The next section is the reference section. And these contain several different reference layers that I can overlay on top of wildfire risk data sets. So I'm going to go scroll back up and turn back on the conditional risk to potential structures layer. And then scrolling down, I can choose several different reference layers. And if I zoom out, I can get a better picture of those reference layers. Now, to get more information on these reference layers, I can use the Identify tool. The Identify tool is located in the upper right of the map, and And by clicking anywhere on the map, I can view the features with underneath that point click. So in this case, I'm within New Jersey, Burlington County, a subdivision, and then I can view several different watersheds. I can also use the swipe tool. The swipe tool allows me to provide perspective between two different rasters. Rasters are opaque maps used to create the wildfire risk assessment data layers. So I can choose between any of these wildfire layers and update those layers on either the right or the left. And then I can slide this view to provide more perspective. You can also zoom in and change between a horizontal or a vertical slider or a keyhole slider. By clicking the none, it's going to turn off the wildfire risk assessment layers and I can see the base map beneath. So I'll go ahead and turn on the aerial, and you'll notice with the keyhole I can scroll the map, pan the map, and see the aerial underneath. I also have a measure tool which I can use to measure length or area by simply clicking on the map. In this case, I'm going to use the area tool to sketch a boundary. By double clicking on it, I can calculate the acreage and or choose a different unit. I can also create a printable map. By entering a title and a subtitle and clicking print map, it's going to prevent a user-friendly print map that I can send to the printer and print my current extent. The main feature of the Advanced Viewer is the Areas of Interest tool. By clicking on the Areas of Interest tool, I'm able to create an area of interest or a project that I'm interested in. I'm going to demonstrate the various tools to create an area of interest first. So I'm at the extent of New Jersey, and I'm going to zoom into a specific area where I'm working on a project. Now, as I zoom in, I can change the different layers to get more context on where I'm digitizing or where I'm sketching my boundary. So in this case, I've turned on the aerial imagery. And going back to the Areas of Interest tool, I'm going to demonstrate 3 different ways to create a project or an area of interest. So by clicking the Create New tool, I'm taken to this interface where I can enter my AOI or Area of Interest name. I'm going to go ahead and call this Project A. And then you'll notice I can define my area boundary by custom shape or by reference layer. I'm going to start with custom shape first. Here I can choose a point, line, or polygon to create my area of interest, and I can support multi-part features. What I'm going to do is, by default, the polygon tool is selected. So I can sketch or draw my boundary by simply clicking on the map and dragging and completing my polygon. By double clicking, I'll have ended and completed that polygon. So you'll see my project boundary is now created in blue. I can go ahead and create a buffer around that project as well. So I just created a half-mile buffer around my project boundary, and then I can click Create, and that Project A will now be created. There are a few different options of output for each project boundary. I can generate a report summary as a Word document, or I can export data as a zip file. I'll demonstrate both shortly. Okay, in order to create a boundary from an existing reference layer, I can click the Create New button, enter in an AOI name. In this case, I'll call it Project B, and click the By Reference Layer link. What you'll notice here is several different layers that I can use to create my AOI from, such as county boundary, county subdivisions, CDBP boundaries, and HUC watersheds. I'm going to go ahead and click the county subdivisions. Now I can zoom in, and you'll notice here there's dots that are associated to the center points for each city and county. So I can either use the drop-down box to select a feature from the list, or click a centroid in the map. So in this case, if I click this button or this dot, it's going to highlight Burlington, New Jersey. I can optionally click, of course, a neighboring city, county, and it's going to add that to my area of interest. So now I have two boundaries that can be merged into one project. I can optionally buffer those. So I've added a half mile, or now a mile buffer around those two county subdivisions. And when I click create, it's going to create that area of interest. Project B. You'll see the acreage, and again underneath you'll see the ability to create and generate a report summary or export the data. The third way to create an area of interest is to upload a shapefile. To upload a shapefile, you can simply choose a file. You need to upload a zip file containing the shapefile with your features of interest. Now this is catered for more GIS-centric users, but it does allow you to explore the available features within your uploaded shapefile and to select those you'd like to import. Now the AOI name must be alphanumeric and no more than 45 characters in length. But once I upload my shapefile, that shapefile can be used as an area of interest. Once you have an area of interest in your area of interest table of contents here, you can click back and forth between those. You'll notice here I'm using 2 of 50 areas of interest. These areas of interest are tied to my advanced user account. So when I log in, I'll see these projects, but no one else will. To generate a risk summary report, you simply click generate this icon right here, generate report summary as a Word document, and enter your email address. Once I click that, the summary report will be generated and it will be emailed when complete. It takes approximately 20 seconds to a minute to create this report, and you'll get an email in your inbox once it's ready, where you can click and download on that report. The other option of output from the AOI tool is the export data. This can be accessed the same way by clicking on this icon and clicking the export and send data. It's also going to generate, within a few minutes, a zipped up export of an ArcMap document with a file geodatabase that represents your project boundary and all the clipped wildfire risk assessment data layers within that boundary. Once you receive your email notifying you that your Area of Interest Summary Report is ready for download, you can click on the link within that email and download the Word document directly to your desktop. Here's an example of the Area of Interest Summary Report we just created for Project A. What you'll notice is this is a Word document, completely editable, that can be copied and pasted from into presentations, other Word documents, or PowerPoints, or any other document that you wish. Scrolling through this report, you'll notice after the cover page, there's a table of contents, which includes all the data that's within this report, a disclaimer, and then an introduction to the report. There's also a list of all the maps, products, and descriptions within the report. All of these layers are within the viewer, in the advanced viewer, and they're all included within the report. So scrolling through here, what you'll see is each layer is included with a description of the layer and then a legend specific to your area of interest. So you can see within here the burn probability categories within my area of interest and the percent of those categories within my area of interest. Also included are bar charts specific to your project and a map, again, specific to your project. This format's repeated for each layer within the advanced viewer. I'll scroll through a few additional pages so you can see the examples. This data is great for helping to create a CWPP or for copying and pasting into presentations. Each report is approximately 75 to 80 pages long and is loaded with information that can be directly beneficial to CWPP writing. The other main feature of the Areas of Interest tool is the ability to export your project or your area of interest directly as a GIS output. This is great for more advanced GIS users because what it does is it allows you to clip all of the layers within the advanced viewer specific to your project area and export that for viewing in ArcMap or ArcGIS Pro. I'll show an example right here. So this is my Project A boundary, and then what you'll see is an ArcMap document that includes your AOI boundary, specific reference data, and then also each wildfire risk assessment layer within the advanced viewer. So I've expanded one layer here where you can see the legend is included, but this GIS export includes not only the legend information, but each of the layers clipped to your boundary. Again, this information is zipped up as an MXD and also a file geodatabase and can be utilized by GIS professionals or anyone with the appropriate GIS software. So going back to the advanced viewer, I've created projects, I've exported information about those projects, and I've demonstrated the functionality within the advanced viewer. That concludes our advanced viewer. Thanks for watching.
To learn more about our tools and wildlife prevention in general, visit our Northeast Midwest State Foresters Alliance website today. Until next time, thank you for watching.